Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay, we're gonna get our well, it's not gonna actually reach, is it? It's not going to reach. Yeah, maybe. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see if we can get it to start spitting. Oh yeah. No sweat. All right. Let's do it again. All right, we split that sucker in half, and let's go ahead and put some threads down into these holes. And I'm just gonna do it by hand, because I think I can, there we go. And I believe that's going to give us, yeah, it's nice and straight. And I love these taps when I'm doing a blind hole. This thing is not strong enough. Well, I'm not strong enough. It's plenty strong. I need more leverage. Because when I use this tap, it brings all of the chips up as it taps. And so I'm, you know, when I have a blind hole, I don't have to fight the chips at the bottom of the hole. So the way I'm, let's see, can you see? Yeah, pretty good. So the way I'm finding this hole here, you notice how the drill bit kind of walks off as I come down to it, so I know that it's off that far. Now it's going into the hole, but now I listen for the sound of it scraping. Hear it hit just a little bit. Right there. So that means that that's pretty good. Okay. Oh, now it's hitting. Okay, and since we've got it here and it's solid, we're going to go ahead and go in and deburr all of these edges here. Let's come up with a file to do it with. All right, well, we need to counterbore these, and I'm just going to drop a 1/4 inch bit in here. And we'll get it reasonably close. And drill it out. Well, I kind of spaced coming back in here and cleaning this up before I cut it, because in cutting it, taking 20 thousandths off of this end and 20 thousandths off of this end, the whole thing is more egg-shaped now. So I'm having to go back in with a hand file and just file it away. All right, we got it. Now, next thing we have to do that we should have done before we cut this is we need to put a groove right down the center line here. And the only way to do it is with a file. So, we're going to put it back up on the bench. Well, at the very least, we can set our line on the lathe at least. So we're sitting at 9 1/8, so 4 1/2 1/16, right? Which is right there. Okay, start her up. bastard. Get around there. Close enough. At least that gets our line. And then we'll come in with a 4-corner file and go ahead and cut our line. Okay, so this is a very coarse 4-corner file, but I think it's going to do what we need to do. Oh, this is going to be a long battle. I can tell. Okay, well the next step in this whole process is taking that big washer I made and splitting it in half, which is what I did. And then I went to my scrap bin and I found a couple of pieces of just end cuts with a hole drilled through them, perfect. And so I used those as a washer and clamped this whole thing back together, pre-ground all of the places where I'm going to weld it. And now we drop it in to our pocket here. Make sure our lines are lined up. And then let's put this over there. We're going to take these 3 spacers, flip this upside down, and you can see I already did this side. Okay, that's upside down. Now we come in, just tap it down, make sure that it's sitting where we want it to sit. Now comes the hard part. Let's make sure our line is still lined up, and it looks pretty damn good. Now what we have to do is we have to reach down in here with the stinger. Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. It might work. We're just going to tack it and then take the whole thing apart and go ahead and weld it up. So let's see what we can do. Tell you, I can't see a thing. And that's a good tack. Just going by sense of feel here, trying to find that groove, and then get just a little bit of a gap. That one may not have worked. That's okay. That looks pretty good. Take the bolt apart, maybe. Well, that's good enough. Take the two halves apart. There we go. That scared me a little bit, like I welded the joints together. All right, that's pretty good. And those are reasonable tacks. Look at that. Not too bad. All right, let's go ahead and weld these up. I don't like it. Oh, that sucker is just not going to take, so we're just going to leave it like it is. We may go in and grind that out, redo it. But for now, we're not gonna. So what we have left to do is to put this sleeve in here, something like about that, and weld that in. And then I think we're done. Well, messing around with it a bit. But we'll figure that out later. And we'll be back. Okay, our size is 2/420, and we got that all set up here. So we need to come in, it looks like about, I'd say, 1/4 inch. No further down than that. I mean, all we're looking for is a little step. We're definitely further in. We're getting close. All right, what do we got? And we're sitting at 2490, so 70 thousandths more. That's 35. There's 10. 20. $30. Let's take a final measurement. And we got 10 more. There we go. Now we'll give it another 5 just for good measure. I don't think we need any more than that. I'm going to take it over and test it out. I'll be back. Okay, and this side wants to be just a little bit smaller. Maybe by a few thou. Let's go there. Well, okay, well, it's another day and we're beginning to get things rolling again here. And, you know, I sent my customer a picture of the progress, as I usually do, and he sent me a note back, said, looks great, but I don't want this little plate recessed. Well, I said, oh, it's already in there. It's not coming back out. He says, well, how about if we just put something over the top of it? So I went and cut out a piece that's going to fit over the top of it, and he doesn't have a problem with running a bead around the whole exterior. I think it's going to look like shit, but, you know, we can do the best we can do, right? It's going to cost a little bit more, but whatever. So I cut a couple plates out, and we're going to go in and cut them in half, and then weld it back together again. And I did that to this one here, to the other side of that, and we'll just spot weld it back together again, and then we'll put it in, drill the hole to 2 inches exactly, and then come back, once we're all set, then come back in and grind out the perimeter to fit the outside perimeter of this. And remember, this is no longer round, it's egg-shaped by about 40 thousandths, because we had to cut that much out in order to get this thing to split. So that's pretty much where we're going to go. I cut the first one. Now we're going to work on the second one. You can see right here where it just mismatched just a little bit. So we're going to come in and put it on the anvil and see if we can just get that to push down a little bit. Alright, let's give it a try. Yeah, squared it right up. No sweat. Oh, threw it off on that side. Of course. Better and better. But it's a little bit warped this way. So if we could just kind of come in and just tap it a little bit. I think we're back to where we want to be. Alright, let's put it on the lathe. We're going to finish drilling that hole out and we'll go from there. Alright, we're going to take a hole saw and we're going to drill that hole out. I guess first we better plug it in. Alright, that looks pretty good. I think we want to flip it around though and get rid of some of those burrs. I would say let's see what we can do. Oh, looks pretty good.